Hello, and welcome to another episode of Connecting the Dots, where we have thought leaders, game changers, and innovators of the media and telco industry share their tips, insights, and learnings. My name is Andy Waltenspiel, and I'm running a Munich-based consultancy for these industries. Today, my guest is Manish Bhasin. He's from Harman, and he's head of product management, IoT, connected healthcare, and voice AI systems. Manish, welcome. Hello.
Hey, Andy. Thank you. Thanks for having me here. Nice to see you.
It's great to see you again. So tell our viewers a little bit about Harman Connected Services, what you do, and your role, please.
Sure. So Harman is a global technology company. We are a fully owned subsidiary of Samsung Electronics. Samsung acquired us about 3 years ago, but we still operate under our own brand name, that is Harman. We have different business focus areas across lifestyle. That is our audio business. I'm sure you're aware of brands like Harman Kardon, JBL, AKG. We've been doing audio for over 6 decades now. That is the core business area. And then the second focus area we have is the automotive space.
Okay.
Last but not the least is a strategic business unit called the Digital Transformation Solutions. That is where I belong. And we are essentially the product engineering services and system integration arm of Harman. So primarily focused on enterprises and the B2B market.
One of your focus areas is indeed AI voice assistants. So tell us a little bit about that.
From a voice AI standpoint, one of the key initiatives that we have is we've built our own voice AI platform. It's called the Harman Innova. This is essentially, full stack voice AI solution focused on the enterprise market. We work with telecom service providers and retailers and healthcare organizations and so on. We bring conversational experiences to their products and their services. So that is essentially my focus area. And then, of course, we work across the spectrum pretty much with all the other voice AI technologies available in the market, depending upon really what problem we are trying to solve and which solution works best.
So what are the use cases that telco providers discuss with you or that you propose to them?
The key thing in the telco market, and that is something that we are seeing now, is that they would want to create a digital personality of their own for the for the customers. But beyond that, if you really want to take it to the next level, what people are really looking for is to have their voice experience really personify their own brand. So different brands may have a personality which is, let's say, at one end could be warm, affectionate, friendly, to, let's say, energetic, enthusiastic, lively, and so on and so forth. It is about making sure your customers experience the solution as though they are really experiencing Vodafone or Deutsche Telekom or Sprint. So really unique ways of doing things. But yeah, we're seeing very interesting trends in the telco space. Yes.
Okay. So what are the key questions a telco needs to ask themselves if they want to go about that?
Okay. So whenever we work with telcos or other enterprises and help them design and build solutions, we focus on 3 key aspects. The first one is experience. So experience is what really differentiates, and if you don't start with what experience you want to bring to the table, you'll probably not end where you want to be. That is the first one. The second is technology, and that includes technology on the device side, how effective your voice algorithms are, how effective or noise-free your microphones are, and how you design your microphone arrays, how you do noise suppression, acoustic echo cancellation, how you do beamforming, and then on the cloud, how you really use that data to create personas and deliver responses. That is the second aspect. The third aspect is data itself, which means you have to also think about what are you going to do with the data. So data, using it for personalizing the experience is really the third key pillar of the whole solution. I'd say there is a fourth pillar as well, which
Okay.
is how you go beyond voice. While still focusing on voice, there
Yeah.
are there are many adjacent technologies that are available and make the whole experience even more compelling. The experience, I would say, is the most underrated.
So there are multiple AIs in the market available, as we said. Sometimes it might be interesting to have even multiple AIs in one device. Why would somebody put two in there?
So you're right. There is a recent trend towards concurrent AI. We use that term,
Okay.
which is essentially two voice solutions in the same device or same product.
Mhm.
Think of it this way. Let's say if you have Alexa in your product, you can do shopping, you can check the weather, you can listen to music, and so many other skills that are available on Alexa, right? But that is an experience which is the same for pretty much across everyone across the globe, right?
Mhm.
But the second, and this goes back to my point about the digital personality that you
Yeah.
want to create. If you want to really do two things, one, create the persona of an assistant at Andy's disposal, let's say from Vodafone,
Yeah.
and Andy can simply say, "Hey Vodafone, tell me, give me details about my broadband package," for example.
Mhm. Mhm.
It just starts from there, and then talk about other services, upgrade a package, or any of the stuff that you do today by simply calling up, let's say, a Vodafone care center, right?
Mhm.
This is the experience that will be like a Vodafone concierge or a Vodafone assistant right at your service anytime, in your home, right?
Okay.
Whereas Alexa is your general purpose, voice assistant. A voice platform is really a means to an end. That is what we need to keep in mind. Some like us, for example, if we are building custom solutions for the enterprise, we treat each business problem as unique and create a unique offering for that business problem.
Mhm.
Whereas, of course, Alexa and Google, they are probably too big to really focus on individual problems. They'll create something that will fit maybe 80% of the cases, right? And mostly consumer market.
So, where do you see voice AIs heading, let's say, in the next 2, 3, 5 years?
There are very interesting statistic I was reading the other day.
Yeah.
In 2021, the number of voice assistants will go past the world population. More
Wow.
than yes, more than 8 billion voice assistants are projected to be around us in 2021. That's no mean feat. It's like to your earlier point, voice is everywhere, and it's
Yeah.
going to get bigger and better.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, given that there's so much field in solutions and technology, if I give you $100 million, what do you do with
Yeah. You're very generous, Andy.
it?
So yes, from an investment standpoint, we do believe, like I just said, there is a lot of work that needs to be done. Uh, if you read a book that's called Life 3.0, it's very
Yeah.
interesting perspective on overall artificial intelligence, but it describes the concept of artificial general intelligence, where AI will come equal to human intelligence, and then singularity, which is really an intelligence explosion. There's still some decades to go for that, but the point is that we do believe that we cannot do everything on our own. There is of course always a need for collaboration. There are so many people who are doing some great work, and there is potential of acquiring boutique companies, startups which are doing a lot of work in that space,
Mhm.
build on top of their strengths, and then build not just a great technology platform, but also vertical solutions for the focus areas that we have.
So there's some M&A involved and your own developments, of
Yeah,
course.
absolutely. And
Okay.
that is my personal opinion, just to be sure I'm understood right.
So we talked about a lot of things. We talked about your own voice platform, Innova, broadband assistance for telcos, multiple AIs. The future is bright. I think there's a lot of demand. I guess many devices will get voice capability soon. So it's great news for you. Pleasure to have you here. Thank you very much. And I hope we will have some opportunity to work together soon.
Great. Thank you, Andy. Really appreciate you having me here. I've thoroughly enjoyed the show. Thanks a lot.
Great. Bye, Manish. Bye-bye.
Great. Bye-bye. Thank you, Andy. Bye.